come to that point again where we have way too many movies to watch in a weekend in which we don't have that much time to watch them.
Yeah, we have the Power Rangers, we have Belko Experiment, we have Life.
And maybe Chips if we can squeeze it in. But we had to go to LA last weekend. We ended up getting VIP passes to the Warner Brothers set or studio tour, and you can see that video we just uploaded. But now we are going to go watch Power Rangers because we've heard good things. Critically, I guess it's middle of the road, but I'm excited.
Me too. I grew up with the Power Rangers, so I'm excited to see how they the retelling of the story, basically.
And I didn't have any of the toys, but my friends had all the toys, so I played with those.
I had the Yellow Ranger, and I had her saber-toothed tiger. It was great.
So we are gonna go watch Power Rangers. Go, go, Power Rangers, now. So just got back from Power Rangers, and I enjoyed the first 15 minutes of it.
Yeah, I guess I had fun the whole time, but it did drag on for a while.
An hour and 40 minutes before we really got to the Power Rangers, and watching the trailers, that was what I was more concerned with, was too much origin story with only a little bit of payoff with the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers fun.
Yeah, I mean, it did drag on for a while, and by the time we get to it, I kind of was already ready to go.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, I mean, things happen pretty quickly in that first 15-20 minutes, and then it's like, well, we gotta fix what's broken again and again and again, so it does kind of go through the same story beats a few times over and over.
Yeah, I mean, granted, we do understand that they're gonna make, like, what, 6 of these films? So I guess they have to drag out their origin stories a little longer, but come on.
Yeah.
It was too long.
Now, in terms of the characters, I had a lot of fun with Billy, as well as the rest of the Rangers.
Yeah, he was my favorite.
The poor man's Zac Efron, Jason. And then we had Roy from The Office in there, so that was kind of fun.
That was awesome.
And then we had Zordon, which, you know what? Bryan Cranston, I think, did an awesome job as Zordon.
I loved Bill Hader as Alpha 5.
Now, we are split when it comes to Rita Repulsa. I enjoyed Elizabeth Banks' take on Rita Repulsa.
I did not.
Yeah, and luckily, I mean, they did a good job with kind of setting up that lore, and hopefully we're carrying it on into the next sequels that probably will show up for Power Rangers. Now for me, the score, there were a few moments in the score where I was really excited for what they were doing with it. Brian Tyler did the score.
When they finally get their suits, that whole theme was pretty awesome. I enjoyed that part, but after that, everything else kind of just blended.
Yeah, it had a bit of synth in there, which was kind of exciting, but the rest of the score was lacking that. And of course, Brian Tyler is known for making forgettable scores as well, but you know, plenty of throwbacks in there that we enjoyed, a lot of little Easter eggs that if you're a fan of the old school Power Rangers,
yeah, I kept looking at him, I was like, oh
yeah, every time they did pop up. So a lot of fan service, too much origin story, but a overall fun ride when you finally get to the Rangers and the Zords, which to me, I have an issue with a couple of the Zords.
Okay, so the Yellow Ranger is my favorite Ranger. I loved her because of the saber-toothed tiger that she has as her Zord. It didn't look like a saber-toothed tiger.
And then the Mastodon looked like a dung beetle, essentially, with 6 legs crawling around. Couldn't tell if it was a Mastodon, if that's what they were going for. They probably changed it at some point. Don't know.
The only one noticeable, really, was the T-Rex.
Yeah, the T-Rex looked like a T-Rex, but... And then, you know, it plays out. If you saw the pilot of Power Rangers, it's pretty much the same thing, just elongated for 2 hours. But other than that, it was fun. As the movie did progress, my score was starting out kind of high, like a 4, and then it started dropping all the way to me like a 2.5, and then it came back up because we did get that Power Rangers feel for it. So for me, I'd say probably a 3.
I'm gonna go with 3.5 because of Roy and the homages to the original. That was a lot of fun, and I left the theater not with like a yucky feeling of a movie like, well, that sucks. Like, I had a feeling like very optimistic about the other movies coming. So.
And speaking of which, stay through halfway through the credits. There is a little bit more to kind of give you, some foresight into what's going to happen next. So. Thank you guys so much. Like and subscribe.
You can do the thing on our Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, or Instagram.
And we will be doing a Schmoedown as well for the team matches coming this Tuesday, which will have the Power Rangers themselves.
That's going to be a lot of fun.
So check that out on late Tuesday, early Wednesday, and you can see the Schmoedown on Collider's network as well. So until next time, now it's time to say goodbye. Bye.